junior this year. 3 years ago, we're in the spot that you're in today, looking at high schools and trying to find the right fit. Matt came from a smaller private school that he had loved since kindergarten. But after 9 years there, he wanted to spread his wings and have a larger school with more students and more opportunities. Much like what I imagine you're doing now, we looked at several schools, comparing them on all levels. St. Christopher's kept coming to the top of the list, but we had some questions. And I bet you have some of the same questions that we did. What can St. Christopher's do for my son? Will the academics prepare Matt for the college? What about the faculty here? Will our son fit in and be accepted by the other students? Will we fit in and be accepted? We'd like to talk about each of these and hopefully answer some of your questions. In talking about St. Christopher's, what St. Christopher's can do for your son, we need to look at the core values of the school. Every parent wants their son to grow up to be a man of honor, character, and good values. And while you're doing your part at home, St. Christopher's is reinforcing the same values at school, through the honor system, speakers in chapel, community service, and the expectation to be a gentleman. As part of the honor system, each student makes a commitment to always act honorably. The administration of the honor system is handled by the students themselves through the honor council. So as you can see, the boys are asked to be leaders among their peers. They are also asked to be mentors to the younger students. Matt is a freshman peer advisor this year. The peer advisor works with the faculty advisor to help the freshmen make a smooth transition into high school, offering advice on how to use their free time wisely, where to go for help, and just being a friend and a resource. There's also a mentoring program with the middle school and opportunities to work with the lower school boys. The willingness of these young men to reach out to each other and the community is inspiring. There are many types of community service opportunities available, both here in Richmond and around the world. Some are created and run by the boys themselves. For example, the Pancreatic Cancer Walk, only in its second year, is a student-run event. It was started by students as a way to show support for a classmate and his family when the father passed away from pancreatic cancer. Now, Eric will tell you something about the faculty and the academics.
I have to print mine out on larger text. The faculty here at St. Christopher's understands boys. They know what makes them tick and how to teach them better. Sometimes the boys just need to be boys. Everyone here recognizes that. Being an all-boys school allows the boys to be more open and honest with each other and to jump in and feet first when they get into conversations. The faculty wants to help the boys try different things to grow and find their interests. They care about them as individuals both in the classroom and outside of it. While the idea is for the boys to learn to be responsible young men, there are excellent and open lines of communication between the faculty and the parents. The faculty watches for issues and stepping in to help when even with large text I use. The faculty watches out for issues during the school year, and they want to step in to make sure that if there's a problem there that doesn't get any larger. They have open lines of communication between the teachers and the parents and the teachers and the advisors and the parents and the advisors, because they want to help make sure that the problems don't get any bigger than what they are, and they like to try and solve those. The sharing of information between the parents and the faculty provides a safety net for the boys as they learn to be independent and responsible. Academically, the variety of classes and levels available are more like what I remember from college. There are opportunities to take classes in subjects like philosophy, British literature, 9/11 to now, environmental sciences, digital photography, theater, directing, just to name a few. When I was in high school, I didn't have, half of these. The boys can even choose to do an independent study on a subject of their interest. Many of the classes offer a glimpse into potential careers. It's just another way to help the boys find out who they are and what interests them. The academics here can be rigorous. In the words of my 16-year-old son, they are designed to push you to the limit. But that doesn't mean that they are left to sink or swim on their own. The faculty at St. Christopher wants them to succeed. When a student needs help in a particular subject, the teachers and advisors have always been available. Most faculty have a free period during the day, and all are willing to come in either early or stay late after school to meet with the boys. For example, Matt takes French. And his freshman French teacher made herself available during and after school this past year to help him with the French grammar that he was doing in trouble. The boys can also email teachers with questions. In fact, Matt has emailed teachers with questions at night or over the weekend and received a reply in time to complete the assignments before the next school day. On those nights when Matt's studying a lot and is taking his homework done, I like to tell him that after St. Chris, college will be in the news. That's because I know that here they are preparing him to handle it on his own. With Matt playing football, I've gotten to know a lot of some of the older boys that have graduated. During preseason, some of the alumni will come back to visit or work out with the team. When I ask them if their time here prepared them for college, the answer without hesitation is always yes. Based on what we've seen, St. Chris is doing everything they can to prepare the boys for the future, for college, and beyond. The next question that you might have is, will my son fit in here? Susan mentioned that we came from a smaller school. We were concerned about moving to a much larger school. As part of the admissions process, there's an opportunity for your son to shadow with the current student for part of the day. When Matt did his shadow visits, all the boys were very friendly and open. They wanted to know all the important things like what sports did he play, was he into music, what he liked, and of course, what video games did he play. Because you know they were always online with the headsets on. After the visit, Matt could not stop talking about his experiences. He talked about the classes that he sat in. He talked about the guys that he met. And of course, he talked about the dining hall, something his previous school did not have. The opportunity to have both lasagna and mashed potatoes for lunch after 9 years of sandwiches was definitely a selling point for a hungry teenage boy. Once Matt got to St. Chris, it didn't take him long to start talking about this buddy or that buddy. Now he's always asking if he can stay late because some of the guys are doing this, or can he go with his buddies to do that? This tells me that his classmates have accepted Matt and willingly included in school activities. As an incoming freshman, Mr. Mock and Mr. Turner highly recommended that Matt play a fall sport or engage in a fall activity. Matt chose football. Having never played organized football before, there was a big learning curve. But consider this. On the first day of the new school, Matt had plenty of friends to make the football team to rely on, which is especially important when freshman orientation gets canceled because of a hurricane. And the first day's classes are all at St. Catherine's, where you've never set foot before. But here's an example of how the boys are open to new students. As I mentioned, Matt had a large learning curve for football, having never played organized ball before. Several upperclassmen on the team took Matt under their wings and showed him the ropes. They took the time to work with him, encourage him, and explain how everything fit together out on the field. The friendships Matt developed that first season are even stronger today. The current offensive line gets together as a group to play football with the lower school kids, to go out and have pizza, to go bowling, just to name a few. Now, Matt is not the new student. He's just one of the guys. And Susan will talk about how parents.
Not only do you want your son to fit in, but as a parent, you want to fit in too. We were active in Matt's previous school and had developed many close friendships with the parents there. We wondered if the same would be true at St. Christopher's. There are many opportunities to meet other parents, both here and at St. Catherine's. The Parents Association sponsors grade-level socials and coffees for the parents to meet each other. One of my favorite gatherings is meeting here in Cafe 2010 for coffee with Matt's advisor and the parents of the other boys in the advisory group. Talking to the parents in a small group setting with the advisor gives us a chance to compare notes about our sons and learn from each other. One of the main lessons that we learn is that our sons are no different than any other boy here. Kind of reassuring. We think our kids not the same as everybody else. Being involved in sports at the previous school, we chose to help with concessions here, a great way to meet people. But if concessions aren't for you, there are many opportunities to help out and meet parents through other school events or while serving on the committee of the Parents Association. The rumors you may hear on the street are that St. Christopher's is an elitist school. That is so very far from the truth. Everybody we've encountered here has been friendly, helpful, and just plain great. We've developed some close friendships with other parents and enjoyed spending time together outside of school activities. In closing, we want you to know that coming to St. Christopher's was the best decision we could have made. We really love the sense of community here. From the faculty to the boys to the parents, it's really a big extended family. Rarely do you find a school where the students are so supportive of each other's activities, and we've seen it happen many times. The football team finished their practice one day last fall and raced to the soccer field to support their classmates as they won the semifinal game of the state tournament, with all of them celebrating the victory together in the middle of the field. On another occasion, the wrestlers checked in on the basketball game before beginning their matches. And after the game was over, those guys headed to the wrestling gym, still in uniform, to support their classmates and fellow Saints in a big matchup against Benedictine. It happens with other activities, too. The boys support their classmates that perform the jazz band, the Bow Ties, which is the a cappella singing group, and the theater group Ampersand, by attending the performances and applauding their successes. In fact, my son's like, when are we going to the play this week? Already. Picking a high school for your son can be a daunting and difficult task. After visiting St. Christopher's, our choice is an easy one. We've seen changes in Matt since we've been here. Prior to coming to St. Christopher's, we fought the nightly battle of, is your homework done? Now there is no battle over homework. St. Christopher's has taught him the value of time management and being responsible. He's more mature and confident both inside the classroom and outside. In fact, when he found out we were speaking today, he offered to proofread and critique our speeches. It's good to know he feels confident in his abilities to do that, and I'm not sure I want to know what grade he gives. This is the right fit and the right place for Matt, and the changes we've seen in our son have validated our choice. After one of the visits to St. Christopher's, Matt's comment was, I can see myself here. This place is awesome. That's exactly what a parent wants to hear. I wish you luck in your search for a school, and I hope this is the place for you as well. It's the right fit for you. I'm turning it over now to Mr. Cemetery.